Well, all right, it's morning. This is day 2. Welcome to another edition of As the Crow Flies Hiking. There's my tent. It was a very peaceful night. Pleasant temperatures. Leaves are coming down. It was just a perfect morning to wake up to. Everything looks good. Sun looks like it's going to be coming up. You know, coolness to the air. I got to get things going because everybody else looks like they're packing up. So we'll get going here in a minute. All right, it's morning. We made a field trip last night trying to find Zach. Is it Zach?
Jack.
Jack. Trying to find Jack.
No wonder you could find him.
That's just par for the course for my stuff. I can't remember crap. We tried to find Jack. We spent like an hour and a half on a field trip. Hung out in a parking lot with 4 guys right out of college. They were all engineers. And even though they were engineers, they didn't bring a sleeping bag or a tent. And they were camping here tonight. Go figure that. But they were really cool guys, and they were really funny, and they're really good. But no, they're from Wisconsin, so they felt like that this wasn't cold to them. So being an Alabama boy, I was cold just standing there. And they were just in flip-flops and having fun. They looked like they were gonna have a good trip. So hello guys, if you're watching this, I thought y'all were really cool. But you need a tent and a sleeping bag. So in the background, that's Stretch, Brad. So I'm Brad too, so he can be Brad 1, I'll be Brad 2. Brad is like 6'10".
7.
He's 7 foot tall. That's why they call him Stretch. I guess that's an obvious nickname or trail name. He has joined the group. He will quickly take over as the strongest hiker, and I will be in the last. So let's get some coffee and get started on this part of Jeff's 900 miler that we're just tagging along. So now I probably will have 50 if I make it on this. Let's get some. Under the camera, Jeff put a snake. It's this little baby snake that was sleeping under Papa John's tent. It was all coiled up. Let me show it to you.
Well, we ain't gonna be on the trail by 7, Alabama or Tennessee. Yeah.
So he's messing up my shot because he's underneath my camera, but I'm about to get some coffee. Coffee time. Coffee time.
I mean, you can if you want, but
I'm gonna carry 3 just so I can say I was a warrior. I am the warrior. That was playing when I was driving in, that Patti Smythe song.
yeah.
Shooting at the walls of heartbreak, bang, bang. I am the warrior. I hate that song. I'm doing a little Vina Cafe.
Oh, fancy.
Just a. I am the warrior, shooting at the walls of heartache, bang bang. I am the warrior. I am the warrior. There's JBen with the honey bun. So, honey bun on the trail. And I got the Vina Cafe from Indonesia or Vietnam. I'm not sure, but it tastes lovely. It's a nice blend for the morning.
It's the COVID blend.
The COVID bit. I don't even think we could say that on here. That stands for something else. It stands for care on delivery, important departure. So that's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about some sort of pandemic. We got the gang here. JBenhikes over here. Fireball over there. Papa John.
Hello.
And Brad Stretch.
Morning.
We were ready to go. We're gonna do about 35 miles today before lunch. And then, no, I'm just kidding. We're doing about 14, is it 14 and a half? Yeah. 14 and a half. So we're about to get started. We're leaving camp. Everybody's got their stuff together. Let's see what we can do. I think this is going to be an awesome day. Ready to get started. So last night, we came back to the trailhead to look for Jack, not Zach, I was saying Zach. And so we were hanging out here and we met 4 guys from Wisconsin. Well, 3 guys from Wisconsin and 1 guy from Tennessee.
Hendersonville.
So from Hendersonville. So they are going to Elkmont tomorrow. And they just decided to camp under the stars last night. No shelter. Y'all had sleeping bags?
I didn't.
Yeah, we got some.
I left mine
Just
in here.
threw a tarp down.
Threw a tarp down?
Yeah.
And so they're from Wisconsin, so this is not cold to them.
Yeah.
So anyway, this is
Julian.
Julian,
I'm Quentin.
Quentin,
Adam.
Adam,
And Lance.
and Lance. Super smart guys. They're engineers and software developers, or right?
Software engineer. Yeah.
Engineers. So super smart guys. It was nice to meet y'all.
Yeah.
I hope y'all will
you too.
check out the channel as the crow flies hiking. Thanks.
Yeah, it was a pleasure meeting you too.
Yeah,
You too, buddy.
Meeting you.
Oh yeah, that is freaking cold.
He's definitely.
The rocks are slippery.
What's going on here now is man down. So Stretch and I have been hiking up a little bit, and I always think about what's the question for the day. And I thought I'd run out of questions for the day. And then he was gonna, yeah, here I am walking up a hill again, showing just how poor shape I am trying to do the question of the day, but whatever. So he was saying, here, why don't you read the trail, you know, elevation and stuff, details about the trail. And I was like, I read all day long. I don't want to read anything. I just want to enjoy the view. And so it started me thinking about reading. So my question for you for day 2 here is, what is your favorite book? Your favorite read all time? As a kid, as an adult, what is your favorite read? I don't care if it's spy, you know, fiction, fantasy. So for me, it would have to be The Road. They made a movie out of it about, it's kind of a post-apocalyptic stuff. I love zombie stuff, so it's kind of a zombie thing. It's called The Road. The book was better than the movie, obviously, that's always the case. But it was still a good movie. Has the head guy from, that was Aragorn in Lord of the Rings. Viggo Mortensen, yeah. Viggo Mortensen. So that's my favorite book because, heck, that's probably the last thing I ever read. All I read is police reports all day long. So, what's your favorite book? Comment below if you're still watching, which you may not even be watching by now. But if you are, let me know. So I know that you really actually like this channel. And let me know what your favorite book was. Thanks. So we stopped a little bit before this summit of this hill, and Jeff says, man, this makes you feel alive. So does it make you feel more alive or a little bit closer to death as you struggle up a hill? For me, so as Jeff just runs past me, it makes me feel a little bit closer to death, because I'm on the other side of that now. Oh, I'll keep struggling. Made it to a junction. What is this? It's hard to read. Oh, here we are. Hannah Mountain Trail, Hatcher Mountain Trail, Campsite 14, and Parsons Branch Road. Oh, and this is Rabbit Creek. So I think we take a turn here somewhere, headed toward Cades Cove. I've been hanging back, just enjoying the scenery. So let's see where we go now. It's just a beautiful day. What do you think it is? Like 70 degrees right now?
Look, we can see right now.
Oh, you got, oh, here it is. Let's see what we see here. It says 64, I think, or 94 if it's upside down. I don't think it's 94. So Brad's got this cool little thing that tells the temperature, and it keeps track of it for 24 hours, doesn't it, Brad?
Yeah, high and low.
That's awesome. All right, I just gauge it by if I'm sweating or if I'm freezing. All right, let's keep going. Okay, JBen's got the small Yoda tattoo from his Star Wars fruit roll-ups. That is amazing, and it came out so good on his tongue.
I can't talk.
Jack, not Zach. Is this your first hike, Jack?
First major hike.
First major hike?
Yeah.
It's first overnight?
First overnight. First time camping.
Okay, so what do you think so far?
It was actually pretty tough going up that first hill, to be honest, but I mean, I did it and it wasn't that bad.
Okay.
I'm excited for more.
How about your pack? What are you feeling on the pack right now?
I like the pack, but I think I overpacked it for sure.
That is absolutely, everybody does that the first trip. I mean, there's no way you can not do that, you know?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't worry about that. The more you do this, if you want to continue, you'll keep dialing it in.
For sure.
And like, even I've been doing it 20 years. I know Jeff has too. We're always dialing it in, like every time, so not worry about it. So, all right, so this will be your first night tonight sleeping in the woods, right?
Yes, in the woods. First time. First time camping, first time full sleeping bag in a tent out in the wilderness.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. I saw the stars last night and it was awesome. So I'm excited to see more.
So we don't know what his trail name is, but I keep calling him Zach, and I'm so sorry, Jack. So maybe that's
He's not the first. He's not the first.
All right, we'll keep going. Look at Brad is the ultimate competitor. He did a starting line. So Stretch did the starting line, so we're about to start again. Little does he know that I'm old and starting line means nothing to me. Just the finish line. That's the only thing that means anything to me.
Go ahead,
Have you ever thought in your everyday stuff that God has put you in a certain place at a certain time with certain individuals? Well, that has happened to me on this trip. I wasn't supposed to go on this trip. My mom had a rough time. She's been ill, and she got out of the hospital, and my mom and dad told me to go on this trip anyway. And I just happened to be with the right people at the right time to have certain conversations that helped me through a lot of situations. And I'm very thankful for that. Sometimes I get mad at God about things, just certain situations, and I gotta recognize where that comes from. It's not from God. Anyway, just thought I'd throw that out there, keeping it real with Crow on the trail. I think God puts us in places sometimes where we're supposed to be, with the people we're supposed to be. And as Forrest Gump would say, that's all I gotta say about that. So we're eating lunch. I got my little tortilla. I thought I just had peanut butter, but then I opened the tortilla and there was the little grape jam, Concord grape jam, which I love. So I'm eating that. JBen's talking about AC/DC and Motley Crue, which is one of my favorite subjects, 80s metal. So this is probably an awesome lunch. 80s metal and tortillas. I mean, really, what can be better? So Stretch and I stopped. There's Stretch. We stopped to take a look at this vista. I wish you could see it better, but what we can see is probably better than the camera, but through these red and green and yellow leaves, it is a beautiful sight out there. The mountain on the other side, it's just amazing. Oh well, maybe we'll find another view you can see it better. So this is, according to the map and the National Geographic map, is a 6 foot wide poplar tree. Look at that sucker, massive. So it's an icon on the map that says we're 2 miles from the road. So as I go past this big old thing, we're about 2 miles from the road. Then after the road, we gotta go straight up, I guess, I don't know, for about 3 miles. Or 3.7 miles, I don't know. I'm guessing we're gonna get to camp with maybe an hour of daylight left, something like that. And I'm just looking forward to some freeze-dried meal food, hot food. Maybe get me some tea, some candy, some sort of snack, and go from there. A little sweaty. I'm a little sweaty. Sweaty. All right, it's getting closer to the end of the day. I think it's about, I don't know, 2:30 or something Eastern time. And this is when I start fighting, when I tell myself in my mind I'm old and not a backpacker or whatever, and just have to keep fighting through it. That's just part of it. How's it going? All right, man. And so as we get down lower to the end of the day, I know that there's probably a climb at the end back up to the campsite. Just got to put my head down, focus on something other than being tired, and do it. I got to feel good that I've lost 10 pounds, not boasting, but lost 10 pounds in the last 5 weeks. So that's 10 pounds off my base weight, a really base weight, and just gotta think that it's all gonna be okay. Let's keep hiking. Hannah Mountain Trail, Scotts Gap, and then I don't know where we go from here. I just know I gotta find some water somehow. Is there water here? Sometimes you just gotta go with what you got. We got this pipe coming out of the road. Jeff found lots of bugs down here, but it's running water. So we're gonna go with it. Let's see what we can do. Look at that. Good to go, cold, fresh. Okay, so as you can see, we found water in that pipe. We had to march down a road for a good ways. So that's part of it. We went down the road, this old, I don't know if it's gravel, just compacted dirt, but we found a pipe that crossed the road. We were kind of hearing a trickle of water, but couldn't see it. Got down to that pipe. Good to go. Now we got to head back up the hill, back to where the road crosses the trail. And we got another bag of water in case anybody else needs it. But hopefully they found water on the other side of the road. Okay, we're leaving the road, and there's that realization that you got a 4-mile straight up climb. So maybe 2.5 hours, probably get there at sunset. This will make a 14.5 mile day. I'm feeling okay right now. I just drank a good bit of water. Glad to find some water. I was starting to cramp a little bit in my calves, and feeling better. So let's see what we can do now. 4 miles straight up. Woo! Let's do it. I'm not gonna lie, these last 4 miles have really been kicking my tail. It is straight up in the Smokies, trying to get to Sheep's Pen Gap or something like that. It is 4 miles of straight up climbing. This will be a total of 14.5 miles today, and I probably wasn't really prepared for this last 4 miles being straight up. What's up? I'm alive. All right, we made it to camp. Boy, this is a big camp. This is a Sheep Pen Gap. Is that what this is? Got the fire over here. JBenhikes already got that working on. They got here way ahead of me. There stretches Apex, no, Altaflex. Over here, Duplex City. There's Jason's duplex and Papa John's duplex, and then Jeff's duplex, and then an REI tent that Jack has got. We got some company over there. And then over on this other side, there's my Blaine's Creed. Over there, got some guy with a hammock. Looks like the fire's gonna be good. Here's our fire tonight. Looks pretty good. This was an interesting night. Got to camp and thought something was wrong. My stomach was not right. Just struggled the last few miles to get up the hill, and I end up just puking my guts out a couple of times, and I feel a lot better now. But I tell you, I mean, all my calories that I got down are gone now. Not sure what's going on, but anyway, my stomach's messed up. I guess this will be the end of day 2 for this video. Thank you guys for sticking with me. Ooh, it's been a rough evening here. I wasn't able to eat any food, obviously, and you know, just absolutely just threw everything up I had. Tomorrow's a new day, so hopefully it'll be better. I'll try to hang in there and see what happens, but I don't know if I got some sort of food poison or some sort of bug or something. I don't know what I got, but I feel a little better now. Anyway, I didn't get that on camera, I can tell you that. But all right, so I'll see you guys in the morning. Thanks for sticking with me.